So students, in our last class under chapter Animal Kingdom, we have learnt one phylum, first phylum, that is phylum Porifera. Okay, we'll do recap on that, what we have learnt. Let us recall once, then we'll go to next phylum. After Porifera, what comes next? That is Coelenterata. Okay, today we are going to learn about phylum Coelenterata, but before that, let us see what we have learnt in our last class. That is recap of last class. Let us see what we have learnt. We have learnt phylum Porifera. You know, pori means pore or holes, fera means bearing. Animal which is bearing holes on their body. All the members which belongs to phylum Porifera are called sponges. Members are called sponges. Then they are mostly marine. They live in sea water. Some are fresh water. Most of them they live in sea water. Some are fresh water. Do you remember examples? That is, first one is Cycon. Okay, I'll draw here. This is Cycon, also called as Scypha, what you have learnt in last class. Then there is Euspongia. It is also called bath sponge. Do you remember? Then there is Spongilla. This is freshwater sponge. Both these are marine, they live in sea water, but this is freshwater in the lakes, rivers or ponds. What we have learnt in our last class. Okay, on the body there will be pores or holes present. Then they have asymmetry. Asymmetry means body cannot be divided into two equal halves from any plane. Then they are diploblastic. Body is made up of cells are arranged in two different layers, outer ectoderm and inner endoderm. Then they have distinguishing character. If you see, they have water transport system. Do you remember? Also called as water canal system. That is, water enters through opening called ostia. Many will be there. Then inside there is a space called spongocoel. Then water goes out through common opening, that is osculum. Okay, this is required. This water transport or canal system is required for three purposes. One is, along with water it takes food, for gathering food. Then for removing waste, that is removing excreta or waste material. Then along with that it is required for gaseous exchange also. That is, gases can be exchanged, which is required for respiration or breathing of these animals. Then the inner lining of these sponges are lined by special cells. What are those cells called? The cells are called as choanocytes, also called as collar cells. Okay. Then digestion is intracellular. It happens inside the cell. Then skeletal system, it has sharp needle-like structures, spines on their body. What are those called as? They are called spicules, or also called as spongin fibers. Do you remember? Then sexes are not separate. Male and female are not separate. Both are same. One organism only produces both sperms and egg. So it is hermaphrodite. Do you remember this word? In last class what we have learnt? Hermaphrodite. Okay, sexes are not separate. Then development is indirect, because they have larva stage. Directly if they give birth to young ones, then it is development direct. If there is larva stage in between, then it is called indirect development with larva stage. And you know, larva looks completely different from adult. Adult and larva doesn't look same, they look completely different in their structure physically. Okay, then sponges also have asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction in sponges is by fragmentation. You have learnt in 10th standard. Fragmentation means one small part cuts, or entire animal cuts into many pieces, each piece develops into entire organism. Fragmentation. Sexual reproduction is by producing gametes, sperm and egg will be produced by same individual. Okay, so today we are going to learn next phylum after Porifera, that is phylum Coelenterata. There is other name for this phylum, phylum Coelenterata. Phylum Coelenterata. Other name for this phylum is Cnidaria. Okay, C usually we don't take silent. It is not called as Cnidaria. That is wrong pronunciation. It is Cnidaria. Okay, it is called as Cnidaria because members of Coelenterata have special cells called cnidoblast or cnidocytes. That's why that name is given. Okay, ಅಂದರೆ Coelenterata ಫೈಲಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ನಾವು ನಿಡೇರಿಯಾ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರಿದೆ, ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಡೋಸೈಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋ ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರಿಂದ that is why we call it as Cnidaria. Okay, let us see characters of this phylum. Aquatic. The members are aquatic, means they live in water and mostly marine. Mostly marine. Let us see the examples. Okay, examples. Physalia. Physalia, it is called Portuguese man of war. Portuguese man of war. Okay, it is like an umbrella like structure. Then Adamsia. These what we are talking about, Physalia, Adamsia, all these are scientific names. In first chapter, the living world, you have learned scientific names, isn't it? Binomial nomenclature you have learned in first chapter. In first chapter ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ರ binomial nomenclature ಅಂದ್ರೆ. Bi means two, nomial means names. Okay, any organism we give scientific name, two words. First word is called generic name or genus, and second name is species or specific epithet or species specific name. Okay, like mango, scientific name is Mangifera indica. Mangifera is genus, indica is species. Okay, so like that. So here Physalia is a scientific name. In English they refer it as Portuguese man of war. Adamsia is scientific name. Okay, in English it is called sea anemone. Sea anemone. Okay, it is like a cucumber like structure. ಅಂದರೆ ಸೌತೆಕಾಯಿ ಥರ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಬ್ರೌನ್ ಕಲರ್, ಉದ್ದ, ಇಷ್ಟು ಉದ್ದ. Okay, slimy. Usually if you try to hold it, it slips from your hand. ಅಂದರೆ ತುಂಬ ಲೋಳೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಲೈಕ್ ಎ ಮ್ಯೂಕಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಸಿಂಬಳ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ ಆ ಥರ. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಅದನ್ನು ಕೈಲಿ ಹಿಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಜಾರ್ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಲೈಕ್ ದಟ್. Adamsia. Then Gorgonia. It is called a sea fan. It is called as sea fan because its structure is like that, like a fan blades. ಅಂದರೆ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಬ್ಲೇಡ್ ಥರ ಕಾಣ್ತದೆ ಅದರ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್, ಆಕಾರ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ದ ಗೋರ್ಗೋನಿಯಾ. ದೆನ್ ಪಿನ್ನಾಟ್ಯುಲಾ. It is like a pen. Okay, pen like structure, long, so it is called sea pen. Okay, then there is Meandrina. It looks like a brain, human brain, like that. It is a brain coral. Corals ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ದಿಸ್ ಸಿಲೆಂಟ್ರೇಟಾ ಕೋರಲ್ಸ್. ನಾವು ಹವಳಗಳು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಲ್ಲ, ಹವಳದ ದಿಣ್ಣೆಗಳು. ಇನ್ ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷ್ ವಿ ಕಾಲ್ ಇಟ್ ಆಸ್ ಕೋರಲ್ ರೀಫ್ಸ್. Coral reef, you know, it is that pink color which we use in our ornaments. Okay, in the jewels we wear, even in the rings also we wear that pink or red color. Okay, havala antivalla now, that is corals. Okay, which is used in decorating ornaments. Usually they use it along with the gold. Okay, that is corals which is available in the seabed. It belongs to Coelenterata. Okay, so these are some of the examples. Don't come to conclusion that only 5 animals come under this. There are more than thousands of animals are there under Coelenterata. We have taken some examples. Okay, then Aurelia also belongs to Okay, also belongs to Coelenterata. It is called jellyfish. At least this you know. Jellyfish, you know, in the sea water, it is like umbrella. Okay, transparent umbrella shape. So these are examples for Coelenterata. Okay, let us see. So I'll rub this part, okay, because we don't have space. I have to draw some diagrams of some animals, so space is not enough. So I'll rub this recap part. Okay, let me write these examples on left side because space is not there. Okay, examples. Physalia, also called Portuguese men of war. Then Pinnatula, looks like a pen, so it is called sea pen. Then Gorgonia, looks like a fan, so it is called sea fan. Then Meandrina, looks like a brain, so it is coral, it's called brain coral. Then Adamsia, it is called sea anemone. Then there is Aurelia, Aurelia. Okay, Aurelia, it is nothing but jellyfish. These are some of the examples which comes under Coelenterata. Okay, so they are aquatic, they live in water. Andre ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ ಜಲಚರಗಳು, mostly marine, means they live in sea water or ocean water. Sea water or ocean water. Salt water ಅಂದರೆ ಉಪ್ಪು ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಸಮುದ್ರ ಅಥವಾ ಸಮುದ್ರದಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ radial symmetry. So radially symmetrical animals, radially symmetrical because the shape is almost circular, so round. So animal can be cut in any plane, but passing through the center, okay, you get two equal halves. It is almost circular. Okay, it is like umbrella like structure like this. So jellyfish is almost like this. Okay, so you consider this as a center, then animal can be cut into, you consider it as umbrella. Okay, this is a point. Okay, you cut the animal from any plane but passing through the radius, then you get two equal halves. ಅಂದರೆ ಮಧ್ಯ ಬಿಂದು ಏನಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಾದು ಹೋಗುವಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಪ್ಲೇನಿಂದ ಕಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಆ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ ನಮಗೆ ಎರಡು ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಪಾರ್ಟ್ ಸಿಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ರೇಡಿಯಲ್ ಸಿಮೆಟ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೇವೆ. ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್, ಮೊದಲೇ ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀವಿ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ ಆಫ್, whether they are coelomate or acoelomate, definitely acoelomate, they don't have coelom, acoelomate. Then what about body organization? They have cells grouped to form tissue. So tissue level body organization, tissue level body organization, then diploblastic or triploblastic? Diploblastic. Triploblastic starts from platyhelminthes. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಲಾಟಿಹೆಲ್ಮಿಂಥಿಸ್ ನಂತರ ಎಲ್ಲದು ಟ್ರಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್, ಅಲ್ಲಿವರೆಗೆ ಇದು ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್. ಡಿಪ್ಲೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟಿಕ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಆರ್ಗನೈಸೇಷನ್. Okay, you recall all the points. Why Coelenterata is called as Cnidaria? That word Coelenterata na ನಾವು ನಿಡೇರಿಯಾ ಅಂತಲೂ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೆಸರು. Coelenterata is also called as Cnidaria. That word Cnidaria is derived from special cells present in these animals called cnidoblasts or cnidocytes. Special cells called cnidoblasts or cnidocytes. What it contains? These special cells, okay, they contain stinging capsules inside. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಮತ್ತು ನಿಡೋಸೈಟ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ಒಳಗಡೆ, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಸ್ಟಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ಸ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರೀತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಆರ್ ನಿಡೋಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ಇನ್ಸೈಡ್ ದೇ ಕಂಟೈನ್ ಅ ಸ್ಮಾಲ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್ ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟಿಂಗಿಂಗ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಸೂಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಹೌ ದಟ್ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಲುಕ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್, ಲೆಟ್ ಅಸ್ ಸಿ. Nidoblast will be having structure like this. Okay, this is cells present in members of Coelenterata. Andre animals which belong to this phylum will have special cells called nidoblasts or nidocytes. Definitely this is distinguishing character of the phylum. Because distinguishing means how this character distinguishes from other phyla. The character which is there in this phylum but which is not there in other phylums, that is nidoblasts or nidocytes. What is the function of these cells? ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಅಥವಾ ನಿಡೋಸೈಟ್ಸ್ನ ಕಾರ್ಯಗಳೇನು? ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದೀಸ್ ಸೆಲ್ಸ್? ವೈ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್? ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್. Defense means, to protect itself. And these cells, where it is present, either they are present in tentacles. Tentacles means see, this is jellyfish, okay, structure. It will have a structure like this. These what you see, like legs, these are tentacles. Jellyfish is like umbrella like structure, small, okay, live in water. ಅಂದರೆ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲ್ಲಾ ಥರ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಉದ್ದ ಬಾಲ ಥರ ತೇಲ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಟೆಂಟ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಆರೆಲಿಯಾ ಆರ್ ಜೆಲ್ಲಿ ಫಿಶ್ ಇಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲ್ಲಾ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಅ ಟೇಲ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ವಿಚ್ ಇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಂಗಿಂಗ್, ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಟೆಂಟ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐದರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಟೆಂಟ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ಆನ್ ದ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಟೆಂಟ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಟೆಂಟ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ದೀಸ್ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಆಲ್ ಓವರ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ, ಎವ್ರಿವೇರ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಬಾಡಿ. ಅಂದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲೂ, ದೇಹದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಭಾಗದಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಮೇನ್ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್, ಟು ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅದರ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಫಿಶಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ ಯೂಶ್ವಲಿ ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಈಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜೆಲಿಫಿಶ್, because they have a nidoblast, okay, which is like produces blood in those animals which tries to engulf this jellyfish. ಅಂದರೆ ಈ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಇರೋದು ಅದರ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ, ಆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಯ ರಕ್ಷಣೆಗೋಸ್ಕರ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಅದು ಶಾರ್ಪ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಯ್ಸನಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನೋ nidoblast usually they produce poisons so that other animals usually doesn't come nearby this. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ವಿಷ ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತದೆ, ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಬೇರೆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಬೇರೆ ಜಲಚರಗಳು ತಿನ್ನೋದಿಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನು. ಅದರ್ ಅಕ್ವಾಟಿಕ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಲೈಕ್ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಫಿಶಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಆಲ್, ದೇ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಈಟ್ ದಿಸ್ ಜೆಲಿ ಫಿಶ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ನಿಡೋಬ್ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಡೇಂಜರಸ್. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಮೆಂಟ್ ಫಾರ್ ಡಿಫೆನ್ಸ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ರಿಕ್ವೈರ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಆ್ಯಂಕರೇಜ್. support. Okay, that means if an animal has to stop somewhere, or it has to attach somewhere or sit somewhere, okay, then it needs the support of nidoblast for landing. Okay, like bikes and will have stand, side stand, main stand, like that. So it is for anchorage. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ್ಯಂಕರೇಜ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಪ್ರಾಣಿ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಾಗ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಭಾಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು, ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಕಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹಿಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಥವಾ ಎಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಥರ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಕರೇಜ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಫಾರ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪ್ಚರಿಂಗ್ ಫುಡ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ. Food capturing, if any food comes nearby here, usually it will take those tentacles and it will eat. Okay, so it is for catching the prey. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಸಣ್ಣ ಸಣ್ಣ ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಅದ್ರ ಸುತ್ತಲೂ ಬಂದರೆ ಅದನ್ನು ಹಿಡಿದು ತಿಂತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಫುಡ್ಡನ್ನು ಒಳಗೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿಕ್ಕೆ, ಟು ಗ್ಯಾದರ್ ದ ಫುಡ್ ಇಸ್ nidoblast are required. Okay, then I'll rub this, okay, because there is no space. I need more space now. There are two types of body forms in coelentrates. Means some of the animals have one particular shape, okay, but that shape is not there in other animals. So these animals will be in two different body shapes. All the human beings have only one kind of shape, we look same almost. Means our body I'm talking about. Okay, we have two hands, one head, okay, two legs, like that. All the human beings have these characters, but some of the coelentrates are having different structure, and other coelentrates have different structure. Okay, let us see what is that. So coelentrates have two body forms. Body forms means body structures. ಅಂದರೆ coelentrate ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಮಾತ್ರ ಒಂದು ರೀತಿಯ ಆಕಾರ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತದೆ, ಇನ್ನು ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು ಬೇರೆ ರೀತಿಯ ಆಕಾರ ಹೊಂದಿರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟೂ ಬಾಡಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ದ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಬಾಡಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಮೆಡ್ಯೂಸಾ. Medusa, it is like this. Okay, the animal is this way. Like jellyfish. Umbrella like structure. Okay, so this form is called as Medusa, umbrella like structure. So this is one type called as Medusa form. Okay, this is like umbrella shaped. And second body form is called polyp. 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 Okay, these are the body form will be like this. Sorry. Sorry. Okay, so this is Medusa form. Some of the animals will be like umbrella. They are free swimming structures. free swimming. Okay, some are, these polyp forms are sessile. What is sessile means? Sessile word meaning attached to the substratum. They attach their body to some stones or something. Okay, they attach it to some structures, that is called substratum. They attach itself to substratum. Substratum is like one rock is there, one stone is there. Okay, on that stone this polyp goes and attaches. Okay, then that stone is called substratum. Substratum is a general word. Okay, general word. ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾಲಿಪ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಹೋಗಿ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಕಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಅಥವಾ ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಭಾಗಗಳಿಗೆ ಅದು ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಳ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೋಗಿ ಅದೆಲ್ಲೂ ಮೂವ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಮೂವ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ಒನ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಟು ಅದರ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ಡ್. That is word called sessile, attached to the substratum. But this medusa form, it doesn't get attached to anything. It is freely swimming, moves from one place to other place. Free swimming means, not attached to anything, free. ಅಂದರೆ ಅದು ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲ್ಲಾ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಏನಿದೆಲ್ಲ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೆಡ್ಯೂಸಾ ಫಾರ್ಮ್, ಅದು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕೂ ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಫ್ರೀಯಾಗಿ ನೀರಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಸ್ವಿಮ್ಮಿಂಗ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಸೆಸೈಲ್. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್, ಆರೆಲಿಯಾ or jellyfish, okay, belongs to medusa form. They are umbrella like structure, we have already seen. See, this is Aurelia here. This is one type of body form which is like umbrella, that is called medusa. ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ಥರ ಅಂಬ್ರೆಲ್ಲಾ ಥರ ಶೇಪ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮೆಡ್ಯೂಸಾ ಶೇಪ್, ಮೆಡ್ಯೂಸಾ ಬಾಡಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಇಫ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟ್, ಇಲಾಂಗೇಟೆಡ್, ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್, ಅಟ್ಯಾಚ್ ಟು ದ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೇಟಮ್, ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪಾಲಿಪ್. ಓಕೆ, ಅಂದರೆ ಸಿಲಿಂಡ್ರಿಕಲ್ ಆಕಾರದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದು ಯಾವುದಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅಂಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಪಾಲಿಪ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಈ ಥರ ಬಾಡಿ ಫಾರ್ಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸಿ ಅನಿಮೋನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಪಾಲಿಪ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ which is attached to the substratum, sessile, sea anemone is example. Okay, sea anemone or Adamsia, what we have learnt. Okay, then some of the members of this phylum are corals, coral reefs. ಅಂದರೆ ಹವಳಗಳು. ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳು, ಈ ಸಿಲೆಂಟ್ರೇಟದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಣಿಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಹವಳಗಳು, ಹವಳ ದಿಣ್ಣೆಗಳು. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸ್, ಸಮ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಅನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ವಿಚ್ ಬಿಲಾಂಗ್ ಟು ಸಿಲೆಂಟ್ರೇಟ್ ಆರ್ corals, which is used in gold rings and all, red color stones. Okay, that is coral. What they contain, what their body is made of. Okay, chemically what it contains. Corals contain calcium carbonate, that is CaCO3. Calcium carbonate. Okay, the corals are made of calcium carbonate. Then but there are two body forms which you have learned just now. That is, one is medusa, which is free swimming umbrella like structure. Okay, other one is cylindrical structure, that is polyp, which is attached to the substratum. Okay, which is not moving anywhere. So both sometimes medusa produces polyp, polyp produces medusa. Okay, in some animals, first animal will have medusa form, later it forms polyp. Okay, so there are two types of reproduction. One is asexual reproduction, other one is sexual reproduction. ನಾವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ರೀತಿಯ ಸಂತಾನೋತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಇದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಒಂದು ಲೈಂಗಿಕ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಅಲೈಂಗಿಕ. ಓಕೆ, asexual and sexual, where polyp produces medusa asexually. Means asexual reproduction. A means without sex. Okay, polyp produces medusa by asexual method. ಅಂದರೆ ಪಾಲಿಪ್ ಮೆಡ್ಯೂಸಾವನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಲೈಂಗಿಕ ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ, asexual reproduction. Then reverse, vice versa, medusa produces polyp sexually. That means by sexual reproduction medusa produces polyp. That means polyp has asexual reproduction, medusa has sexual reproduction. How to remember? Will it confuse you? Polyp, medusa, medusa, polyp. And there is no need to confuse. I'll give you short forms. Okay, polyp starts with P letter, medusa starts with M. Okay, PM, like a prime minister, you can remember. Okay, we are not talking about prime minister here. PM. Okay, PM asexual way, like that you remember. Okay, that doesn't mean that PM is related to reproduction. It is just to remember, PM Okay, polyp produces medusa. PM, asexual. Or else you can remember this also. MP, melting point. Okay, MP or Madhya Pradesh, sexual reproduction. Okay, anyone you remember. So polyp produces medusa asexually and medusa produces polyp sexually. This kind of reproduction, one produces other, is called alternation of generation. Alternate days means, Monday, then Wednesday, then Friday. Okay, alternate days means, one day gap we give. Now alternative days anta karitivalla adana. Polyp medusa produce ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಮೆಡಿಸಾ ಪಾಲಿಪ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಒಂದು ಇನ್ನೊಂದನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಒಂದು ಸಂತತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂತತಿಯನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡೋದು. ಒನ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ಸ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಅದರ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ಸ್. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಆಲ್ಟರ್ನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಜನರೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, in English we call it as alternation of generation, but this process in biology is called metagenesis. Metagenesis. Okay, don't get confused with metamerism, basis of classification. That is, metamerism means segmentation, that is separate. Here alternation of generation, where one type of body form produces other type, like polyp produces medusa, medusa produces polyp. That is called alternation of generation. Okay, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂತತಿ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಂತತಿಯನ್ನು ಉತ್ಪತ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅದು alternation of generation. It is called metagenesis. Okay, then there is one animal which belongs to this phylum Coelenterata. They have both medusa and polyp on the same body. Okay, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ ಇದೆ ಈ ಫಿಲೆಂಟ್ರೇಟಾ ದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥದ್ದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಮೆಡ್ಯೂಸಾ ಮತ್ತು ಪಾಲಿಪ್ ಎರಡು ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಇದೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇನ್ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಆ್ಯನಿಮಲ್ medusa and polyp is together, it is present on the body. That is, its name is Obelia. Obelia has both medusa and polyp. Okay, so then what type of digestion is there? Intracellular or extracellular? Like Porifera, previous phylum had intracellular digestion. Intra means inside. Okay, cellular means inside the cell. Digestion occurs inside the cell, then it is intracellular. But in Coelenterata, it is both. Digestion is intracellular and extracellular. Okay, it is both. Intracellular means inside the cell, extracellular means outside the cell. ಅಂದರೆ ಜೀರ್ಣಕ್ರಿಯೆ ಜೀವಕೋಶದ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಆದರೆ ಅದು ಇಂಟ್ರಾಸೆಲ್ಯುಲರ್, ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಆದರೆ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ extracellular. Okay, so today we have learned the characters of phylum Coelenterata. In next class we will learn characters of next phylum. Which is next phylum? Phylum Ctenophora. Okay, general characteristics with examples. Okay, we will learn in next class. Okay, so keep watching my classes. Thank you.